Greetings.
Hey, Danny.
How do you say, group? Oh, boy, I needed that.
You got in late again last night, right?
No, early this morning. I took this gorgeous redhead home. Lives in Beverly Hills. 382236.
What street?
Yeah, what street?
Maple Drive.
Oh.
Look, Casanova, if you'd like to continue being my co-pilot, you'd better get in early tonight. Remember, tomorrow you've got to take your annual physical, and the last time you took it, you were out till 4 in the morning, you almost flunked.
Can I help it if my blood pressure goes up 10 points every time I see a beautiful redhead?
Well, that's easy. Tonight, no redheads.
You're right. And just in case I can't trust myself, Wendy, I want you to hold my little black book.
Okay.
Hey, Danny, you better have a roll.
Please.
Hey, here's a girl that lives right next door to the one you took out last night.
Huh?
Her address is 402236.
Maple Drive's a swinging street.
Suddenly, it's 9:30, and here's Bing.
Welcome to the home of the new Bing Crosby show. I suppose you're probably wondering why the old groaner decided to take on a chore like a weekly series. Well, for one thing, I have a new generation of little nippers to be fed, but the real reason actually is right here. Of course, everybody knows that actors like to work. I'm no exception. I like the action, too, but before you can bring off a performance that is likely to attract a weekly audience of, we say several million viewers, you have to have a character that you believe in. Now, through the years, I've been approached quite often with notions, ideas for a continuing series, and some of them mighty interesting, too. But when Steve Getters brought me this one, I was through looking. You probably know that Steve is the well-known playwright and the producer who is responsible for many of the top episodes of The Farmer's Daughter, successful show last year. Well, I'm happy to tell you that Steve is going to be producing our show. Now, the main character is a fellow named Bing Collins. Somewhere along the way, he whaled his way through a degree in engineering, but he never went square, this cat. He just kept his sense of humor through it all. Nowadays, he's a respected member of the staff of Taylor University, where he works as sort of a consulting engineer. Mrs. Collins has a musical background of sorts, but her chief chore is raising her 2 daughters. Joyce is in her teens. Her sister is a 10-year-old enfant terrible named Janice. Sound familiar? Well, I suppose it is a little, but we have a twist, big twist. Old Dad Collins does not, and I repeat, not get played for a patsy by his womenfolk. That sort of grab you? So we're terribly excited about the show. Certainly hope that you'll share our enthusiasm when you check in for our premiere Monday night, September 14th. Well, I guess I better brush up on my lines now. I got a lot of things to learn here. The fellow who runs this shop is a real ogre. I'll see you later.
Monday night at 10. Time to ring in Big Ben. Back in his original time slot, Ben Casey. Monday night and every weeknight, Bob Young with the 11 o'clock news.
Tuesday night, the action's great. Your lead-off show's really great. We'll hit 'em hard, knock 'em fast. First show, combat.
I'd like to say a word about Benchley Athletic supporters.
At 8:30, a naval commander with a solid 4.0 rating and a share of audience to match. McHale's Navy. And time for the only actor ever to win 3 Academy Awards. Meet the star of The Tycoon.
I'm Walter Brennan, but not for long. This fall, I'm going to turn into Walter Andrews, chairman of the board of Thunder Corporation. Chairman of the board, that's a fancy title they give you when you're too ornery to get along with and too smart to fire. Now, my colleagues are top businessmen, and they know how to get things done by the book. Well, I wrote my own book. It's a loose leaf model. Makes it easier to put in new pages.
Memo, Storm Paper Products. Attention, Ken Milliken, Advertising Department. Subject layout for billboard campaign. Blonde bathing beauty is objectionable. Policy policy of corporation is to avoid controversial subjects. Add a brunette and a redhead.
At 9:30, you'll see the first half of an exciting television first. 8 million people bought this book. Many millions more saw the motion pictures. Now, some of the most familiar and powerful characters in American literature are recreated in a moving new television series, Peyton Place.
Hello, Doctor.
Well, this seems to be quite an evening for constitutionals. Constance, I'd like to have you meet Mr. Michael Rossi. Michael, this is Mrs. Mackenzie.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Mr. Rossi is the new principal of Peyton High School.
May I offer my congratulations?
Thank you. I understand the man I'm indebted to is Matthew Swain. He broke the tie in my favor.
Matthew, you didn't. I'm sorry, Mr. Rossi. I thought Elsie Thornton was the sentimental favorite.
How did you find it out?
Well, it's a small town. I guess news travels fast.
I don't know what we're doing with a newspaper in this town. The only town in America with one newspaper and 10,000 reporters.
Listen, I was just going to go get some coffee. How about you and the doctor coming along?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Rossi. I have some other things to do. Perhaps some other time. Good night. Good night,
Good night, Connie.
Good night. Divorced?
She's widowed.
Is she unattached?
Completely.
What's wrong with the men in this town?
Well, there aren't very many unmarried men in her age bracket, and those that have tried haven't been able to make a dent.
I wouldn't be stepping on anybody's toes, then.
Would it matter?
No.
Playing Constance McKenna as Dr. Swain, Warner Anderson. Michael Rossi is played by Ed Nelson. Allison Mackenzie by Mia Farrow.
You know, you could fit in. You are not a bad-looking chick. Well, that's it. That's it. You are not a chick at all. Well, you're I don't know. What are you?
I don't know.
Twice each week on ABC, you'll go beneath the placid facade of this New England town and see the turbulent emotions, the hidden human drama that plays behind the quiet of Peyton Place. 10 o'clock on Tuesday night, America will watch the star and the program that they voted the best. The TV Guide Award winners, David Jansen as The Fugitive.
Be a great day, hooray for Wednesday.
Wednesday night comes alive with the family who must have stockpiled more rating points than anyone else in television. The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet. The 8 o'clock slot brings another Academy Award winner, the petite enchantress with the powerful talent. Enough, in fact, for 2 girls. The star of The Patty Duke Show.
They laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
It's 8:30, and that's time to swing with Shindig. Here's a bright new showcase for the big beat dance music that's moved from America to every corner of the world. Today in the Peppermint Lounge, Buckingham Palace, or a dance pavilion in Hong Kong, the beat's the same. If you're 6 or 96, you'll get big kicks on Shindig. Comes 9 o'clock, comes comedy, and the formidable talents of a Rooney named Mickey.
Hey, look. Pull up.
It's a going place.
It's going to the first bidder. And then we're going back to Omaha.
Now, wait just a minute, darling.
Help!
Please. Soaking people not belong in lobby. Oh, well, I'm Mr. Grady. I'm the new owner of this place.
Ah, Mr. and Mrs. Grady. Been looking forward to meeting you. I'm Sammy Lane, your manager.
How do you do, Mr. Lane? Pardon my wet hand. This is my wife, Nora, my oldest son, Tim, and my youngest son, Buddy. Yeah, what's this? Ling Wholesale Groceries. Ling Liquor Store. Ling... Delicatessen. It looks like we owe a lot of money to your relatives. I think something strange is going on here.
You insinuating I'm not kosher?
Devereaux Interior Decorators.
Devereaux, how did that foreigner get in here?
I find you
Fascinating. Look, Angela, why don't you just go down and see about the dinner, will you? I'm getting awful hungry.
me.
Married man overboard!
The time is 9:30. Your star, the brilliant performer who made Captain Amos Burke the man with whom feminine America would most like to be found guilty, Mr. Gene Barry.
Thanks for those mighty kind words. Matter of fact, right now, I'm looking for my new time slot on Wednesday night. I'm right on the tail of... trail of... Now, where did she disappear to? Looks mighty cozy. Think I'll feel right at home here. Oh, tell Tom this one's for the old captain.
At 10:30, an exciting showcase for ABC News. The show, ABC Close-Up, with analysis and comment on the week's most important stories. This year, ABC News will continue to create exciting innovations. A new standard in political reporting, a pair of national conventions and a national election will come uniquely alive when General Dwight D. Eisenhower and Senators Hubert Humphrey and Sam Ervin, Jr. act as on-the-air consultants to ABC News. Covering the political scene and in special appearances throughout the year, the newest and most stimulating news team on the scene, Howard K. Smith and Edward P. Morgan. ABC News will continue to breathe new life into history with fresh projects from the team that produced the award-winning Saga of Western Man. He reports the day-to-day actions of the world's newsmakers and grows steadily in popularity. Ron Cochran with early evening news. This year, you'll watch another fine performance by the network's fastest-growing division as ABC News continues its swift rise to a position of strength and prestige in the dynamic world of electronic journalism.
Everything's coming up, buddy, on Thursday.
And Thursday's the night when America's most amusing families get together and form an unbeatable comedy lineup. It starts off with the Flintstones. Then at 8, out to top the biggest year of her ABC career, The Donna Reed Show. At 8:30, Fred McMurray, Bill Frawley, and the boys mix it up in My Three Sons. Thursday night at 9, you'll meet Elizabeth Montgomery, a lovely girl who is practically normal in Bewitched.
Once upon a time, there was a typical American girl who happened to bump into a typical red-blooded American boy. They found they had a lot of interests in common. radio, television. And when the boy found the girl attractive, desirable, irresistible, he did what any red-blooded American boy would do. He asked her to marry him. They had a typical wedding, went on a typical honeymoon, in a typical bridal suite, except it so happens that this girl is a witch.
You're a what?
I am a witch. A real house-haunting, broom-riding, cauldron-stirring witch.
Would you mind moving that ashtray?
Have to.
You're a witch, all right.
Darren, darling. Is this your little bride? How do you do? Oh, why, Darren, she's sweet. Maybe I should have dressed. Oh, not at all, dear. You look sweet. John, would you take Mrs. Stevens' sweater? Oh, yes. Wait till you see the Mercedes I had sent over from Europe. It's simply gorgeous. Reminds me of the one we looked at in California. By the way, Gregor's in town, so don't plan to be home early for dinner Wednesday night. He's having in a few close friends to show his new paintings, and you must come to show me what to buy. I'll pick you up at the office at 6.
Here, let me help you. So my wife's a witch. Every married man has to make some adjustments.
9:30 brings the second weekly half hour of Peyton Place and a continuation of the story from Tuesday night. Then at 10 o'clock, Jimmy Dean returns to star in the show that in a single year moved steadily up to a solid spot in the big leagues.
Happy Friday to you.
At 7:30, from master animators Hanna-Barbera, the show, Johnny Quest.
Keep a sharp lookout, helmsman. Aye, aye, sir. Some of those wrecks out there are hundreds of years old. Captain, something off the starboard bow. Let me see. Looks like a red beam swinging towards us. Maybe it doesn't make much sense, but the fact remains that 5 ships have disappeared in the Sargasso Sea area in the last month. Better get me file 037 and call the airport. You're calling in Dr. Benton Quest? Right. Is our man Race Bannon still assigned to guard the doctor's boy? 24 hours a day as tutor, companion, and all-around watchdog. You see, since Johnny lost his mother, the government is taking no chances with the boy's security. Security? Yes. You see, if Johnny fell into the hands of enemy agents, Dr. Quest's value to science would be seriously impaired.
Hey, Race! Looks like Dad's got visitors! It's Dad calling.
Yes, Dr. Quest.
Race, something's come up. You and Johnny better come on in.
Right, Dr. Quest. So you see, Race, we haven't much to work on. Corvin has given us all the information he has. We'll feed the facts to Eunice, our unitized neutronic information center, and see what answers she comes up with.
I wish I could let Eunice do my homework.
Quiet.
Vanished. 5 ships in the last 3 weeks. Common factor. All events occurred in Sargasso Sea area. Only survivor of last vessel to disappear reports thin red light beam caused his ship to explode. Now, let's see what Eunice has to say. Lacer.
Lacer? Isn't that what you've been working on, Dad?
Yes, Johnny.
Well, what do you make of it, Doctor?
Here, let me show you with this working model. Now, laser is atomic radiation focused in a narrow beam of light. It's strong enough to cut through steel. Or it can be used to perform miracle surgery. When its potential is fully realized, it can be a boon to mankind.
Or a terrible weapon in the wrong hands.
Blast the tanker!
No, you don't. Let go of me, frog face.
Hang on, kid. Cavalry to the rescue! Johnny, swim for the hydrofoil.
There's Bandit. Good boy. Come on, jump, Bandit, jump. Here, boy. Attaboy, Bandit. I got you.
They're escaping.
Get this bucket moving, Ray.
At 8, it's at 8. Your treasure, Miss Inger Stevens. Your pleasure, a farmer's daughter. Time for togetherness and harmony between you and a remarkable family. The Addams family lives in a typical suburban neighborhood. All the families on the block are pretty average. There's the postman. He's pretty average, too. Oh, for goodness sake, it's only the Addams family's mailbox. That's Mr. Addams. Like his neighbors, he likes to keep his little corner of suburbia looking sharp. And that's Morticia, Mrs. Addams. She has the green thumb in the family. Everyone says she's made her hothouse into a perfect little corner of Transylvania.
Oh, the thorns are so much larger this fall.
Lovely, Morticia. You have such a way with roses.
Is this where the Addams family lives?
Yeah? You going in there?
I'm the truant officer. They've got 2 kids who have never set foot in school.
Good luck, Charlie.
Mr. Addams.
Hilliard from the Sherwood School.
How do you do, Mr. Hilliard?
I just stopped by to talk to you about... They're going to crash.
You think so, huh? Beautiful. Beautiful.
You meant to blow them up?
Of course. Why else would a grown man play with trains? You want to blow the other bridge?
Oh, some other time.
You know how it is with a small child and new trains. What can I do for you?
It's about sending the children to school.
Ah, Mama's in charge of the education. She's in the guest room playing darts with Uncle Fester. She tutors the children in all the fine arts, music, painting, ballet. She's the long hair of the family and a fantastic dart player.
Oh, you got his pen. Nipped him in the ear, didn't I? You think you can do better? You watch me.
This is the guest room?
Your friend.
I don't know. Weird, isn't he?
Well, as you can see, the Addams are a fun family. Oh, on the surface, there may be certain amusing little differences, but deep down, the Addams family is a lot like your family is. Deep down. Know what I mean? every Friday at 9, Tony Franciosa will be your Valentine.
Manhattan at dawn. An hour ago, the city began to stir itself awake. And an hour ago, Valentine Farrow began to stir himself one last nightcap. Just for the record, Val is a young executive with an important New York publishing house.
Going to work already, Mr. Farrow? Well, it's nearly 8 o'clock. Oh, you just got home an hour ago. I'm a fast sleeper.
Just now, his job depends on the success of a new book he's just introduced. So naturally, he introduced himself to this young lady, who's only the most important book reviewer in New York.
Do you think you're broad-minded enough to read these galley proofs without prejudice?
Fraudulent female.
Yeah, by Clementine Rutherford. Honest housewife.
Do you really believe housework is a snap? All right, Valentine Farrow. I'll make a bargain with you.
Yes?
I'll read your book with complete objectivity.
Yes?
If you'll go away for a weekend with me?
No.
No?
No, I mean, yes.
So Valentine Farrow seized his opportunity, and off they went to get to know each other better. And not just each other either, oh no. Besides the pretty lady, there was her brother, and her nephews, and her baby niece.
Thank you. I'm surprised anybody around here does anything for himself.
Well, Chapter 14 says that the modern housewife should be ready for an evening of gaiety and social activity because her housework is so easy.
Absolutely, absolutely. Anything you care to do?
Well, there's a dance at Bill's Lodge. If you're not too tired, I'll get dressed.
Wait a minute. Chapter 15 says that no housewife should neglect the romantic aspects of life.
That's why they call it Valentine's Day.
9:30 on ABC brings the pounding drone of 4-engine bombers, the shrill scream of an air raid siren. In a different year, it might be a Sunday game of catch at a family picnic, but this is 1943, and the game is total war. They're up to bat against the Luftwaffe, and it's no picnic. This is 12 o'clock high.
They're approaching the field.
He lost 2 of his engines and asked me to take over the lead.
What happened? The strike report was inconclusive.
As near as I could figure it, General. All our bombs fell way short.
If the day comes when I cannot assign my crew as I see fit or run my own outfit, I will ask to be relieved.
That'll be all, gentlemen.
Strong language to use in front of a crew. One of my crews, Wiley. Now, you hit them. You hurt them. If you want me to step down...
I want you to be sensible.
I believe in this tactic.
Despite what happened today...
Wiley, there was a time when you risked an entire crew. For me. Why?
I believed in you, Frank.
Well, if you stop now... Bombs away.
o'clock level. And we can forget about fighters for a while. Keep in formation. We are heading home.
In the beginning, they could tell our airplanes from theirs, and they could tell time. Before they were through, they owned the air. 12 o'clock high.
There's music in the air everywhere. Every Saturday night.
But before the music starts, you'll journey into the awesome realms that extend to the limits of man's imagination. The outer limits. At 8:30, celebrating his 10th season on ABC, it's the champagne music of Lawrence Welk and his versatile performers. The hour, 9:30. The show,
Suddenly it's Sunday. Hey, look at our Sunday best.
Sunday night, a favorite of young and old, Wagon Train, returns in its original tightly knit 1 hour length. For the 8:30 slot, the producers of McHale's Navy came up with a new twist. They threw us a slow curve. The fact is, they delivered a broadside. Ronakai Island in the Pacific, 1944. The invasion forces had moved on, but conditions are still rugged. And the keynote now is logistics and planning.
You might also notify the photographic unit that we need some more blow-ups of my wife's picture.
Hey,
What the devil is going on out there?
It's been so long I can't be sure, but it looks like a woman.
A woman?
All right, girls, come out and meet the enemy.
Yeah!
Is it safe? Molly, let's just say this is where you win the Purple Heart the hard way.
Men, nothing but men for miles and miles. Ooh, this is going to be a fun war.
That's what I call a sea chest.
Hey, thanks, fellas. Gee, it's sure nice being back on dry land again.
What's the matter, baby? You lose your sea legs?
Machinist love, fall in. Fall in.
Gangway, men, clear the way there.
What is this? What are you females doing here?
Lieutenant J.G. and Morgan reporting for duty, sir. And begging the commander's pardon, we're not just females, we're waves.
Oh, I know that. I recognize the uniform from the newsreels. What I want to know is, how come you washed up on my beach?
We're an experiment to release more men for combat.
Relay that, sailor. All right, at ease, at ease. I said at ease.
She is at ease, sir.
Oh.
In the midst of a great war, the commander of Ronakai Island created a good life. But into each life, some rain must fall. And into Captain Adrian's, it came in waves, 5 feet high. In all his career as a fighting naval officer, no enemy caused the commander more pain than the wavy Navy. And this record of that titanic struggle for survival shall be called Broadside. 9 o'clock. Time for 2 hours of memorable entertainment as ABC proudly presents the Sunday night movie. Now, Now, for the first time on television, a brilliant program of motion pictures, including some of the greatest hits of all time. Burt Lancaster, one of the most amazing box office attractions of all time, explodes as a convict, a genius who murdered men, but who loved birds. Watch for his shattering performance as the Birdman of Alcatraz.
I won't lick your hand, and that's what eats you, ain't it, Keeper? Well, you keep this in mind. A man ain't whipped until he quits, and I'll never give you that pleasure.
From The Man at the Top of the Ladder, a hilarious Billy Wilder comedy starring James Cagney, Horst Buchholz, and Arlene Francis. It's 1, 2, 3.
I'm going to lead the workers down there in revolt! Put your pants on, Spartacus.
One of the greatest casts ever assembled recreate a monumental hour in time as man accuses man of history's most damning crimes. An epic film of overwhelming impact. This is Judgment at Nuremberg. Arthur Miller wrote it. John Huston directed. Your stars, Clark Gable, Marilyn Monroe, Montgomery Clift. Shattering characterizations, immortal performances as these giants of the entertainment world combine their talents to bring you The Misfits.
Lost control, running wild, mighty bold, feeling gay, raptors too, carefree mind.
In a single picture, three of the greatest comedy stars of all time. Tony Curtis, Jack Lemmon, Marilyn Monroe. Some like it hot. The biggest bestseller since Gone with the Wind, read by 50 million people. Now, for the first time on television, Otto Previnger's screen epic, starring Paul Newman, Eva Marie Saint, Sal Mineo, and many, many more. This is Exodus.
You heard what I said! Fight! Not beg! Fight!
These are only a few of the great motion picture attractions coming your way every Sunday night from ABC.
We've got a wide new world of entertainment, and ABC is looking nothing but great. All 7 nights are strong, and as you view along, you'll see a world of entertainment, wide world of entertainment. This week could be the start. Premiere week will be the start. Good shows, great shows, new stars, big stars. You never saw it so good. Hey, this week will be the start.
Could you get that, Robin? I'm busy solving a crime.
Batcave, Robin speaking. It's Commissioner Gordon.
I better take it. Hello, Commissioner. What's the trouble? I see. That sounds serious. We'll be right over.
What's wrong, Batman?
Someone has stolen a show from this fall's new season of ABC programs.
Holy grand larceny. Who would do such a thing?
No doubt some poor wretch who's more to be pitied than feared. Commissioner Gordon has a preview of ABC's new shows in his office right now. There's no time to lose. Let's race to the Batmobile. I sensed that the second I saw the room was empty.
What's this?
It's a Bat Mike Review cartridge I invented for the commissioner last week. It should have all the ABC fall shows on it. Let's check it against the schedule. I'll just slip this cartridge into this special set and see if it's been tampered with. Ordinarily, Robin, your Aunt Harriet and I don't permit you to watch television until after you've done your homework and caught your criminals. But I'm afraid we'll have to make an exception this time.
Monday nights get off to a fast start at 7:30 with Iron Horse, starring Dale Robertson.
Four Queens.
Seems you won a railroad, Calhoun.
You owe me $816. I want it now. You want to fight, huh?
Why did you do that?
If you have to ask, I must have done it wrong.
I envy you, Calhoun. I remember when every decision I made had all I own writing on it, building a railroad on credit and nerve. You can count on me. I'm going to do my very best to cut your throat from ear to ear.
Good fight. Come on, Phil Dayton. We've got to stop them.
Why?
One man around. He'll find you. Then what Dave tell.
One night's luck won him a railroad. But it took all his muscle and his nerve and the charm of 1,000 leprechauns to keep what he won. In all the West, there was never a pair like them. The man named Calhoun and the Iron Horse.
8:30, The Rat Patrol. The incredible adventures of a quartet of heroes who take on Rommel's vaunted Africa Corps single-handed.
Colonel wants us to get back to the unit, Sarge.
Now?
That's the impression I got, Sarge.
Pettigrew's somewhere in town. Bail him out of whatever jam he's in. I'll meet you back at the tanks.
G2 says that Rommel's getting ready to make a major move. More than anything else, he's going to need gasoline and ammunition. In the desert, the last guy to run out of gas is the guy who wins. Your mission is to stop him from getting any more.
O'clock, Men Against Evil.
This is Howard Duff. I play Detective Sergeant Sam Stone. If I only had one word to describe this new series, it would be excitement. The drama will be about people caught up in a critical moment of life and death and presented as realistically and creatively as possible. We're tremendously excited about it. We think you will be, too.
Next at 9:30, Peyton Place returns to Monday night. with some fresh young faces and the same kind of absorbing stories that have made it one of television's most acclaimed series. 10 o'clock finds the Barclay clan moved to Monday nights. The fine cast, headed by Miss Barbara Stanwyck, together with a consistently high-caliber script, have kept the Big Valley moving up in the ratings as well. Tuesday night finds the Men of Combat solidly dug in at the 7:30 position. This is the 5th season for this excellent show. Not bad when you consider the war itself only ran for 4. 8:30, The Rounders. This contemporary Western comedy stars Ron Hayes, Patrick Wayne, John Wayne's son, and Chill Wills at his rascally best. It's a horse opera of another color.
Hello, cousins. I'm Jim Ed Love. Remember when a cowboy's best friend was his horse? Well, them days are long gone. Want you to meet Howdy. Here's Ben. They're a couple of rounders. Ben's my top bronc buster. That's him on old Foolin', the meanest man killing this roan horse this side of the Pecos. I ought to know. I sold him that horse myself.
Well, now, sir, them's about as good a horses as we got.
Well, people don't go to a rodeo to see good horses. They want to see a hard-nosed goat that'll stomp a man's brains out.
What would a real miserable horse like that be worth to you, sir?
Well, I might go as high as,
Great day in the morning. Say 50, say 60, and there you are.
What you aiming to do with that horse?
Don't you worry about me none, son. If that old scrag ain't worth $25 to pull somebody's plow, I can always get $3 or $4 for his hide. But the horse ain't important, Ben. What is important is friendship. And I don't have to tell you boys what I think of you. Anytime you're ready, boys. Where is he? Where is he at?
Where's who at?
Sold me that darn horse under false pretense.
What'd the horse do, Mr. Love?
Didn't do a darn thing, that's what he done. And he's known far and wide as a mean, cantankerous killer, can't be rode horse. I give him all that money. I done that in good faith. Darn your hide, Ben Jones. You done something to that horse. He was a good horse till you got a hold of him.
Now, I love these old boys like they was my own kin. Howsoever, I think it's about time somebody learnt them rounders a lesson.
Fine.
These people don't need us. Let's get out while the gate's open.
Any of you folks need any help?
At 9 o'clock on Tuesdays, a familiar laugh will spark a chain reaction of laughter across the country as the inimitable Phyllis Diller debuts in The Pruitts of Southampton.
There are many families of wealth and prominence in America. This is the summer home of one such family, the Pruitts of Southampton. 60 rooms, 3 swimming pools, and a private polo field. This is the mistress of the mansion, Phyllis Pruitt.
Peekaboo. Oh, Gerald Cannon.
Phyllis, you promised me a ride today.
Oh, all right. Get on.
Oh, not that. On Coolidge. He's saddled and waiting. Phyllis, please don't be flipped. You know that Coolidge and I are mad about you.
Well, my dear, why don't you take Coolidge out? You can toss for the saddle.
Mrs. Pruitt.
What is it, Sturgis, please?
There's a Mr. Baldwin in the library who insists on talking to you.
Oh, that's that pushy man who's been calling me for months. I'll go in there and get rid of him.
Mrs. Pruitt, it is my unfortunate duty to inform you that your family is broke.
Broke?
You're going to have to close down 52 rooms and live in 8. You'll have to fire the servants, store your art objects in a warehouse, and do your own cooking.
Oh, be careful. Oh, be careful with that. That's a nude of me done by Redness. After he finished that, he never looked at another woman again. Ned, honest to goodness, there must be an easier way to stuff a turkey.
What?
Brandy, a fine old vintage. Enough of this and anything tastes good.
Mrs. Pruitt, brandy on turkey?
Please, Mr. Baldwin, don't interfere with woman's work.
.30 brings us to Love on a Rooftop. It's about a very special city, a very special rooftop, and some very special people.
Dave, when are we going to get married?
Look, Julie, I love you and I want to marry you, but I'm an apprentice architect and you're an art student.
You know the trouble with you? You've no adventure in your soul.
Well, then why did you propose?
Well, I'm sorry. And it won't happen again. Please marry me, Dave. Even if you don't love me, just think of the baby.
Oh, hey, she was only kidding.
And so they were married. And set out to prove that it's possible to live on love alone.
Well?
Well, almost.
It's very interesting.
Oh, it's divine. I knew you'd love it. I know it looks a little bare right now. Just think what we can do with it. I mean, it's got such atmosphere and charm. Well, it's got atmosphere. Oh, darling, don't you just love it?
It has no windows.
I want you to meet my mother and my father.
You may as well know right now if I had been here, I would have stopped this marriage.
Nice to meet you, too. Hi. Yep. Where's Dave?
Dad, I'm not dressed.
Oh, that's okay. I went to medical school for 2 years. Carol's on her way down. Listen, what do people want most in this world? Privacy?
Wasn't it a great idea to eat on the patio? Don't you just love it?
It's charming, darling. Isn't it, Fred?
Depends on how you feel about soot.
Now, this is where most stories end. But for us, it's only the beginning.
At 10 o'clock, the fugitive continues his long-distance run. And this year, his evasive tactics will take him to some far-off corners of the world. You might say David Jansen's just getting his second wind.
Well, Robin, Monday and Tuesday seem to be in order.
Holy rainbow. Every single program in color. That's really something. And look, our own daring adventures are on twice a week, just like last season.
Careful. Remember, Robin, a boy wonder should be modest.
This fall, new villains will pit their warped and treacherous minds against a dynamic duo. They never learned. 8 o'clock Wednesday will introduce Wild Country, a show with special appeal to both children and adults.
This is Wyoming, 1876. We started out, the Monroe family, to make a new life in this wild country. Only 5 of us made it. We left Ma and Pa buried on the banks of the Snake River. Now we were orphans. I'm Clayt, 18. There's Big Twin and Little Twin. Amy, 6. Cat, 16. I was Pa now. I had to get us onto his valley. I had no choice. We were hungry sometimes and always cold. But the storm scared us the most. Lightning hit an Indian who'd sneaked into camp looking for food. He meant us no harm, and because I helped him, he followed along, even became part of the family. We'd finally made it. This was Pa's Valley. Now it was ours to root down, to hold, if we could.
That's my order to you, boy. Pack it up and get it.
Get it!
Clayt, you ain't going.
First us, not Jim. How much do you want me to take?
What if you don't come back?
We didn't know where we was going after the river, did we? But we made it here. Cat, that's the only sure thing we got. Being you, being a Monroe.
That's enough.
And what exactly is this all about?
Well, go wash yourself so I can see what I'm talking to.
Yes, sir.
So you want to make it on your own?
I can learn. And I will.
That Indian. He's your ward now. If he steals just once, I shall hang him and drive you out.
Then we'll stay. Home. From that day on, it was our fight, our story.
At 9 o'clock, The Man Who Never Was. Robert Lansing stars in the story of a man who suddenly finds himself living the life of a total stranger. It's being filmed on location in Europe.
Legend has it that sooner or later you'll meet somebody in this world who looks exactly like you. I did, running for my life down an alley in Berlin. Mistaken for me, a man was killed. I took his name, his wife, even his enemies. His life is now my life. I'm the man who never was.
At 9:30, the continuing stories of the people of Peyton Place. And this year, it's all in color. At 10 o'clock, Wednesday, September 14th, an event that will make television history. Here is the voice of Mr. Tom Moore to tell you about it.
It is with great pride that ABC, which has so often been a pace-setter in the industry, is again taking the lead. This time with a program as original in execution as it is in concept. ABC Stage 67. To assure its full potential, ABC chose as executive producer Hubble Robinson, whose Playhouse 90 still stands as one of television's great landmarks. Mr. Robinson, in turn, is drawing upon a pool of distinguished creative talent, many of them making their initial contributions to television. From these notable writers, producers, composers, and actors will come the kind of original comedies, dramas, musicals, and entertainment documentaries that promise a uniquely different hour each week. There has been nothing quite like it on television before. Not only will it set a new standard for excellence, but, as Leonard Goldenson promised in his NAB speech in Washington last year, it will be a departure from all existing patterns. Already, the nation's press is greeting the project with enthusiasm, and I don't hesitate to call it 1967's most exciting program concept.
Thursday, 7:30. Batman and Robin escape from their cliffhanger and triumph once more for justice and right. At 8 o'clock, we'll discover that to a man, the valiant men of F Troop have re-enlisted for another tour of duty. Great news for everyone. Everyone except the U.S. Cavalry. 8:30 will sparkle with another fresh new face for television viewers, the irrepressible Tammy Grimes. This delightful Broadway star is set to conquer television with her own new comedy series.
No matter what Uncle Simon and Jerry say, I'm really the only normal member of the family. Give me $5,000 in small bills, or I'll blow your head off.
I'm sorry, Miss Tammy. Your Uncle Simon would have my job if I gave you 25 cents without his okay. You know that. And if I were you, I'd put that thing away. You might hurt yourself.
Oh, don't be such a silly. It's not even loaded.
Just a minute. Wasn't that Upton from the bank?
Yes?
What did he want?
Little milk of human kindness. He was recently fired, you know.
I know. I fired him.
How could you do such a beastly thing? You know he has 8 children.
He was pinching money from the till.
Well, wouldn't you if you had 8 hungry children?
Certainly not.
No, I don't suppose you would.
You fall for the most simple-minded hard luck stories. If you had your way, you'd give away our whole estate.
Take a little, leave a little. There's enough for everybody. And while we're on the subject, I need a little.
May I help you, sir?
I would like to have one of those perpetual credit cards, sir.
Of course. Won't you come right in and sit down, sir?
Thank you. Like your ad in the television says. I'm one of those who would rather buy now and pay later.
I understand.
Money is old-fashioned, and people get a little suspicious when they see the real thing.
It's not a dress for the timid or squeamish. Can you feel the tension?
I thought it was the zipper.
Feel that power, naked power, begging to be tamed. Can you do it?
With a chair and a whip, if necessary. You're coming with me.
Where?
I'm going to drag you into the 20th century.
No, you're not dragging me anywhere. The bank examiners are coming tomorrow.
Well, if you just add 2 zeros to everything, it will keep them busy for days. Bring me water, dear, bring me water, dear, bring me.
As usual, 9 o'clock becomes the witching half hour. This is the year Darren asks, will we be the first 2-broom family on our block? At 9:30, another bright star will appear on the ABC Galaxy. Her name is Marlo Thomas, and she's glowing, vivacious, and alive. That girl will be your girl.
Hi, Mr. Kelly. Don Blue Sky of Galaxy Artists. Say, have you made up your mind about the girl yet? Anne-Marie, that's it. You better remember her, Mr. Kelly. She's the hottest new actress in town. Great little actress, that girl.
Well, what is it?
want some of my malted? It's good for you. Make you a big star.
I got it. I got that part. Oh, is that a big part or still at the part? Oh, Don, I got it. I got it. I knew I'd get it.
Oh, gee, I thought you'd be excited.
Please, please, give me a chance.
Come on. Up with your hands.
Got lunch, 1 hour, huh? Hey, Dave, I'd like to talk to you about a couple of things. It's very good.
Hey, can I buy you lunch, Miss Brewster?
Oh, hi.
Hi. What did you tell them at the restaurant so they'd let you off?
Oh, I did the wildest thing. I told them the truth.
It's always the best thing. How long can you stay away?
Forever. They fired me. Mr. Cochran, when I left you this morning, what was I?
10 minutes late.
Right. But I left a waitress and I returned.
A drunk?
No, an actress.
10 o'clock rounds out Thursday night with Hawk. Produced by Hubble Robinson, Hawk will use the streets of Manhattan for authentic backgrounds. Hawk stars a dynamic new male personality, Burt Reynolds.
His name is Hawk, John Hawk. He's a detective on the New York City Police Force. His beat is the canyons of Manhattan after dark. And, oh yes, John Hawk is a full-blooded Iroquois Indian.
Mr. Hawk, I've been getting these horrible phone calls.
Just exactly what did he say?
He said things like, the dogs in the street will lick my blood. He calls me Jezebel, the whore of Babylon.
All right, this ought to be standard equipment for every girl in New York. You take that, the next time he calls you, you blow in the mouthpiece as hard as you can. All right?
Won't it hurt him?
Uh-huh. That's the general idea.
I will destroy thee, Jezebel.
Don't be afraid.
Somebody help me, please! Help me!
All right, now come on now, give me the hammer. I don't want to have to kill you.
.30 will start Friday's buzzing with The Green Hornets. That legendary nemesis of crime with his loyal companion Cato thrilled most of us as kids in one of radio's longest runs.
Let's push this aside, Cato, and go through.
I'm with you, boss.
Introduces an exciting combination of suspenseful drama and visual wizardry from that old master, Irwin Allen. Television audiences are in for the time of their lives with The Time Tunnel.
The Senator feels our experiments haven't shown enough success to warrant the time and money invested.
But we're so close now.
Close to what, son?
To sending a man back in time and returning him, of course.
Well, then do it.
You mean today?
That's right. Because tomorrow afternoon I'm flying back to Washington to write you a blank check or cut your umbilical cord.
Red alert! Red alert! All time tunnel personnel report to their stations on the double.
Doug Fisher's talking? Not now, he'd burn alive. Where is he? He could be living in yesterday or next week or a million years from now.
How do you know?
You've got your guinea pig, Senator.
Doug?
I know I sound insane, but you must believe me for the sake of thousands of lives. Captain, you'll never reach New York.
If he's on that ship when it goes down, he'll die along with the others.
Yes, but we can't free him by remote control.
No, but we could go back and help him.
Doug, no.
What happened to them? They're alive. If the time transfer worked.
Hurry, they're dying.
Accelerate power.
2 men caught in the endless sea of time. Where will they go? Into yesterday, the future, or will it be 1,000,000 years from now?
At 10 o'clock on Friday, 12 o'clock high, has the men of the 918th Bomb Group revving up their engines for one of their most crucial missions, D-Day. Saturday night begins at 7:30 with Shane, a Western action drama based on the motion picture classic. It is produced by Herb Brodkin, whose reputation has been established with such distinguished series as The Defenders. It brings a new face to television audiences, David Carradine, fresh from his Broadway triumph in the highly acclaimed Royal Hunt of the Sun.
But if I was in school all day, I couldn't help you and Grandpa.
Couldn't get in the way either.
Did you ever go to school?
Yep.
I bet they didn't teach you anything worth knowing. I bet they didn't teach you how to shoot as good as you do.
Nope. I learned that somewhere else.
It's possible Mr. Grafton won't have all the supplies you need for the school.
Yeah.
But he can't order them for you and have them here in about 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
That long? Well, I'm afraid so. It has to come quite a distance.
Yes, I'm sure it does.
Shane, will you bring the soda pop back?
No, he will not.
No, I will not, Joey.
Mom, how come Shane's wearing his gun just to go to Grafton? How come, Mom? How come?
Back at his usual 8:30 music stand will be Lawrence Welk, starting his 12th wonderful season. And it promises to be a vintage year. 9:30 is the signal for the marquee to light up on the Hollywood Palace. In just 3 years, the Palace has become a Saturday night tradition. The same high standards of acts and hosts will prevail because there's an old show business saying, don't monkey with a hit. It's no surprise that Sunday night returns intact. Moving Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea to Sunday at 7 o'clock proved as good a cruise as the Seaview ever made. Richard Basehart and David Hedison will explore still more dangerous and uncharted waters. The FBI returns at 8 o'clock. This show has been gaining steadily in popularity and ratings. But where does Ephraim Zimbalist find time to catch all those criminals and sell all those Fords? At 9 o'clock on Sundays, rounding out the evening and winding up a week of fresh, exciting programs, is the Sunday Night Movie.
I can sail a boat, bake strudel, and I play a mean piano. Among other things.
Let me hear a little more about the other thing.
Jack, what do the numbers mean after a lady's name?
Eddie, I am so busy right now.
It says here, 40, 18, 35.
Holy smoke, who's that?
Either settle for me on my terms, or else get the hell out of my life.
I wouldn't let you near me. Not if you was the last man on earth. Not if I was starving. Do you hear me? Not if I was starving.
Have you heard it's in the stars? Next July we collide with Mars.
No man really loves life who is unwilling to die for it. Go to England, go anywhere you can to fight them. Only act in the name of God. Please.
I don't think that sex solves anything.
How would you know?
You've all gone through a perfectly natural little period of adjustment. What was your first reaction when you received the news of your Nobel Prize?
No reaction at all. I was dead drunk at the time.
One of these days they'll come along and attach every asset we've got, including Jumbo.
Jumbo? They wouldn't dare. Why, he's like a son to me. You can even see the resemblance.
Love because I feel so well.
When it can't be love, I get no dizzy spell.
I wanted to be treated as a wife, not an expensive mistress. Can't you see that?
Why not take the wife?
Great pictures, big stars. Just a few from this fall's exciting lineup on the Sunday Night Movie. Early in the fall season, ABC will present one of the most acclaimed motion pictures of all time, the memorable The Bridge on the River Kwai.
Winner of 27 international awards and 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. The towering adventure triumph that must be seen and seen again. The Bridge on the River Kwai, starring Alec Guinness.
My name is Nicholson.
William Holden. Jack Hawkins.
You'll go on without me. That's an order. You and that Colonel Nicholson, you're two of a kind. Crazy with courage. For what? How to die like a gentleman. How to die by the rules. When the only important thing is how to live like a human being.
The adventure they'll be talking about as long as the motion picture screen has the power to surge with excitement. The Bridge on the River Kwai in Technicolor. The towering adventure triumph that must be seen and seen again.
Well, Robin, according to this schedule, everything seems to be in perfect shape. I fear we've been the victims of a harmless hoax.
But wait, Batman. On Friday night, there's supposed to be...
Let's head back home and broil some steaks on the barbecue.
But Batman!
Listen to the kid. He's on to something.
There's someone under that desk.
I can't tell for sure, but I think it's a poor wretch. Holy ad-lib! He looks familiar. Are you Milton Berle?
If I'm not, I had a lot of fun using his credit cards. Come on, Burl.
We're taking you in for murder.
Oh, you're so strong, the both of you. Now let me alone. Did you say I was wanted for murder?
That's right.
What do you mean?
ABC wants you to murder the people every Friday night, starting this September at the stroke of 9.
Holy affiliates. What's my sentence?
5 years.
5 years? Holy residuals.
5 years, that'll be beautiful. Below the line will be 80,000. Give 15 to send to my agent.
program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
Going my way? Hey, going my way. What'd you say? Going my way. Oh, that's easy. Bing Crosby, Barry Fitzgerald, 1944. Is it really that long ago? Yeah. Going east? I didn't see that one. I mean, are you going east? Have I got a choice? Huh? Oh, whither thou goest, I goest, eh? Yeah, that's from the Bible. It's also a regulation from the Hack Bureau. Where to? Well, how about, let's see, Kennedy Airport? Oh, that sounds nice. Yeah, I'll tell you the best way to get there from here. All right, I know how to get there from here. Oh, I'm sure you do, man. Far be it for me to tell you how to navigate. Every man to his own craft, I always say. It's just that a friend of mine from Boston, Paulie Noonan, well, he comes down here 2 or 3 times a week, and he told me about a shortcut. Yeah, well, we got time for shortcuts? yeah. Let's see. First we go, Boys, if I can't even read my own handwriting. Hey, maybe with my handwriting, I should have been a doctor. You know how they scribble the prescriptions? You get it? you know. You get it. Well, let's see. We go to the East River Drive, then east on the drive to Whitmore Boulevard. Whitmore? Then east to Austin. You gotta be kidding. That's like going around the world. From there, it is easy. We'll be there in no time, Skipper. Yeah. I wonder what kind of planes they'll have by then. yeah. Well, you got a lot of those, things. Well, it's been quite a day. Yep, quite a day. Sounds like it's been quite a day. Oh, yeah. I suppose you're curious as to why I'm here. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't mind telling you. It's no secret, really. You watch much television? I watch. Oh, huh? I watch. Huh? I watch. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you're not one of these snobs who say, oh, I'd rather read a book. I hate that. Not that I've got anything against book reading, but it's, I still recall the big charge I got out of reading Ivanhoe. Ivanhoe? Ivanhoe, the book. But anyway, television is why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Television here? Not here, in New York. You see, I just was back there where you picked me up. Yeah, that's where you got in. Yeah, back at the NBC studios. I just finished seeing what I came down here for. A preview of the new shows NBC will be putting on this fall. They are great. I mean, El Greto. Have you seen any of them yet? Yeah, and I said at home we never saw next season's new shows. Oh. Okay, well, let me tell you something. That preview was a real EO. EO? Eye-opener. I see. Huh? I see. What's that mean? I understand. That's IU. Anyway, that preview was really something. It has got to be another NBC season. They have got the goods. On who? Huh? Who they got the goods on? I'm talking about television. They've got the goods. And well, I'll tell you, this new schedule. You know what this new schedule is? No. Huh? No, easy. Huh? Take it easy. Huh? Hey, you see the sign? Don't touch the driver. Yeah, but what do you think the schedule is? It's a schedule. Sure, yeah, but it's more than that, my friend. Much more. Let me see if I can phrase this in my mind's eye here. In a poetic way, as I am wont to do. That schedule is like a harvest of hits. A harvest? A glorious tapestry of diversified offerings. Tapestry? A cornucopia of delight for both the ear and the eye. Cornucopia? Is it any good? Good. Good. And let me tell you about that preview, my friend. It was just bursting with surprises. It's a new season for NBC. I figured they'd be back for another year. But not like this, Skipper. Well, you see, one night is more brilliant than the other. Which night is that? I'm talking about every night. Now, go ahead. Take a night. Any night you want. Pick a night. Okay. Well? I got it. Well, tell me what it is. Is it all right? Sure, it's all right. Friday. You do?
No.
Yes, you did. You did.
No,
You
no.
little dickens, you knew, didn't you?
Yeah, it was a shot in the dark. You know.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm willing to call it an educated guess if you are, but okay, now listen. Now, what does Friday night mean to you? What does it mean? Come on, what does it mean?
Fish?
Sure, yeah, fish, but I mean, it means more than that. It means, Tarzan.
Tarzan?
Yes, sir, boy, Tarzan, that timeless hero of the jungle. He comes to NBC every Friday night at 7:30 and 6:30 Central Time.
I thought you said he was timeless.
It's an all-new series, you know, a full hour each week. Then it's in color. Boy, those locations are really something. I mean, they're portraying jungles, spectacular lagoons, you name it.
No, you name it. I'm lousy at naming lagoons. Hey, I know what makes Tarzan seem so brave. His chimp is so chicken.
Now, see, this is a modern Tarzan. He's not only fond of flora and fauna,
But also rental jeeps.
right after Tarzan on the Friday schedule comes The Man from U.N.C.L.E. And that's followed by a brand new action series called T.H.E. Cat.
That's the way you spell cat?
You don't understand, Skipper. The hero's name is T.H.E. Cat. T. Hewitt Edward Cat. Get it?
I get it, but I don't believe it.
Pretty agile, huh? By the way, that grappling iron he's using there has rubber tips. It makes it noiseless.
Oh, it's the only kind I'd ever buy.
I would suggest, sir, that if you snap your fingers like that again, you'll never hear the sound of the shot that kills me. Is that what they call the cat's claw, sir? It scratches. Goodbye, sir.
Cat is an adventurer. Now, sometimes he works for the police, and sometimes he works alone. But Cat is always on the side of good. Always on the side of good.
Sometimes on the side of a building.
T. Hewitt Edward Cat. And what does the T stand for?
Tom.
Yeah, that figures.
Well, the story tells us that T.H.E. Cat is a former aerialist from the circus, and he never even used a net.
Well, if the guy's got the right kind of hair, he doesn't really need one.
And then, what better way to wind up all this Friday night action than with the return of that marvelous full-hour western, Laredo.
Are you sure about those directions, huh?
Oh, positive, Skipper. The guy that gave them to me is a walking encyclopedia.
Paulie Nunes.
Smart. Yeah, he's a great conversationalist, too. He and we discuss Ivanhoe all the time. I was telling you about the new schedule. Now, on Saturday night, they have a fine assortment of returning shows. Like Flipper. Please don't eat the daisies. Get Smart. And Saturday Night at the Movies, which means a flock of fine motion pictures like Rear Window with James Stewart and Grace Kelly, Donovan's Reef with John Wayne and Lee Marvin, A Gathering of Eagles with Rock Hudson. Now, on Sunday night, right after Walt Disney's Wonderful World of Color, they have got a Jim Dandy new comedy series called Hey Landlord. Doesn't that sound great?
Yeah.
It's about these two guys without jobs, but they're, well, still a little young to be called bums. Now, their sole mean of support is a rickety old brownstone left to them by a rickety old uncle, but the building barely pays its own way.
Sounds like my cab.
Our young landlord has got a problem. See, he's in love with a dream girl, a girl he's, never met. That's her on the ad poster there. She's the one wearing the silk shirt.
I spotted her right away.
So they look for her in a photographer's studio.
Who did you say you were from?
I'm Woody Banner. It's my firm. I'm him. The president is me. And this is the associate. We're looking for talent. Now, we're looking for personality.
You're looking for girls, right? You know, that guy talks like me. Before my speech therapy.
Listen, do me a favor, will you? Will you brush the hair out of Emily's eyes? I'm trying to hold a composition. Brush the hair.
Oh, yeah, well, sure.
Touch me and I'll break your face. Emily's a horse, dum-dum.
Well, our young landlord finally finds the girl of his dreams, but then he discovers she has no beauty of soul.
Oh, yeah. What's a girl without beauty of soul?
Right.
Well, I have to be getting back.
Oh, but wait, you haven't told me anything about the part.
Well, I don't think you're the girl I was looking for.
So when we leave, hey, landlord, he's still searching for that wonderful, mysterious something called happiness.
Yeah. Well, when he finds it, I hope he helps me find Kennedy Airport. Glad I brought along the pontoon.
Oh, don't fret, Skipper. I mean, he said the mileage would be longer, but we miss all the traffic. Now, what comes after Hey Landlord on Sunday, huh?
Huh? I don't know what comes after Hey Landlord on Sunday.
Merely Bonanza. And the Andy Williams Show. Always on Sunday. And that's what I call taking care of the weekend. I wonder if those camels mind living so close to the airport.
I wonder if those Arabs mind living so close to those camels.
Now, wait till you hear about Monday. Have you got a minute? First of all, Monday night means the monkeys.
Those are monkeys?
Yep, those are the monkeys.
They look too hairy to be monkeys.
They call themselves singer-musicians.
They can't make up their minds, huh?
When the time to get restless, there's always something new.
Here are the comedy adventures of the least known quartet in America. Now, my friend, they may feel unloved, unappreciated, unwanted.
But soon they'll be wanted in all 50 states.
Don't make me go back in that hole!
Right after the monkeys comes the return of I Dream of Jeannie. Then, the new Roger Miller Show, starring one of the most likable names to come down the pike since...
Since Ivanhoe?
Oh, further back than that, Skipper.
Trains and I've always had a kind of a romance going. It's the only way to fly. I like to be around them, look at them, sing about them. Engine number 9. Coming down How much farther back did she get on? Oh, brown suitcase that she carried, I've looked for it everywhere. Just ain't here among the rest, and I'm a little upset. Yes, tell me, engine.
Following Roger Miller comes the biggest new western of the season. Oh, it's big. It's called The Road West. It's a full-hour series about Ben Clyde and his family. We'll be seeing all of life's drama through the valiant struggle of Ben and his brood as they fight nobly to make a place for themselves in a wild, hostile territory.
Here's your warning. I'm going to put one of your wagons to the torch. Tell Ben Pride what Judd Barker, Captain Law and Order Ranger, said.
Here come the gang of nasty bushwhackers.
See, there's no bushes around, they just whack signs.
pioneers is one now shared by all America. Could this nation have ever come into being without them?
I don't think so.
And rounding out the Monday night schedule is Run for Your Life. Then comes Tuesday evening. And Skip, have I got a secret agent for you? She's the girl from Uncle. She's bold. She's clever. She's tricky. But the evil forces of flesh have never had so gorgeous an enemy.
Hey, with enemies like that, who needs friends, huh?
Toast to the most beautiful woman in all Mexico.
How right you are.
You clumsy fool.
That's all right, Marco. He couldn't help it.
I like cold. 10 minutes. Montezuma. Señorita.
Well, that's the way the ball bounces sometimes. The girl from Uncle. Action, suspense, adventure. A full hour of
fullness?
I believe it. Sir.
And following the girl from Uncle is
everybody, right?
Oh, I was thinking of another new show, Occasional Wife.
Occasional Wife?
Now, this one's about a personable young man who finds that we're not living in a bachelor society. Yes, in the world of today, I'd say the bachelor does have things pretty well stacked against him.
Could happen to me.
Peter, a man of your age should be married.
Mother, I've told you, when I meet the right girl, I'll get married.
I know, dear, I know, but it's just not normal. Peter, I really don't quite know how to say this, but are you eccentric?
Man should be judged on his ability, nothing else. The only thing that counts around here is whether you're married or not.
So, to advance his career and his social status, our bachelor decides to fake getting married.
Good move.
Marriage?
No, to fake getting married.
Oh, I like that one.
For $300, I don't.
Have you decided on anything yet?
How much is that little thin one over there?
Oh, you have very good taste. $680. Of course, the entire ring is handcrafted.
No, thank you. What do you have? It's about 20.
Carrots, dollars.
But then come the,
complications.
How'd you know?
Shot in the dark, you know.
Played during my own wedding reception.
Oh, no. What'd you do? It's not supposed to look like that. It's supposed to look like this.
That picture is as phony as our marriage.
Well, anyway, I'm sure you'll do the right thing. Can't go wrong with a girl like Greta.
Oh, you sure can.
Peter, I couldn't wait any longer. Hi, Marilyn. I love you. I love you.
Who's this?
Well, it's his sister.
Our family is very close. You should have seen my brother.
After Occasional Wife comes Tuesday night at the movies, where NBC will be showing another wonderful selection of pictures like Blue Hawaii with Elvis Presley, My Six Loves with Debbie Reynolds, For Love or Money with Kirk Douglas and Mitzi Gaynor.
That's Tuesday night, right?
Right. Now, as for Wednesday... Wednesday night. Wednesday night will see the return of some of the most popular programs in NBC history. The Virginian, Bob Hope, Chrysler Theater, I Spy, and Thursday night...
That's my show, Daniel Boone.
Yeah, that's right, Daniel Boone. Followed by a brand new full-hour drama series, Star Trek. Star Trek is an adventure into the future. For 1 hour each week, the U.S. Space Cruiser Enterprise will take viewers into regions far beyond our own time and solar system.
Put a meter on that thing, you could make a fortune.
Flash the bridge. Put all decks on the alert.
Bridge to all decks. Condition alert. All decks. Condition alert.
Force
seconds.
Something funny about that girl.
I'm thirsty.
I'd say he'd had enough to drink already.
It takes almost a miracle to survive here.
Listen, it takes a miracle to survive in my neighborhood.
Behold.
Are brought down to earth. It's for another new Thursday program, a comedy series called The Hero. See, in The Hero, our star leads a kind of double life. You see, on his big Western TV series, he's a big deal, you know? He's a U.S. Marshal. He can take on 6 guys in a barroom brawl.
Cut! All right, that's a friend. Man, you were great. Those punches really worked.
Once he leaves the TV studio for his home in the suburbs, he's just an average guy. And I'm giving him the edge there.
Well, that's like me in a way. When I leave my cab at the end of the day, I'm just an ordinary mortal.
I got the Marshall!
I got the Marshall!
Well, that's more like it.
Sam, would you please pass this off?
Oh, sure.
Is that a gun?
No, it's a ring I got in New Mexico.
Wait, it's a gun!
Well, I was showing a kid how to spin a gun, and it got stuck in my finger, and I can't get it off.
All right. Pull, Sam.
Yeah.
Honey, would you grab hold of the other end of this gun?
Oh, be careful.
All right, now look, I'll count to 3. We'll pull the gun, you pull your finger.
Well, take it easy. I don't want the whole place to see it.
Don't worry. All right, now, 1, 2, 3.
After The Hero, a returning hero, Dean Martin.
Hey, now that's a hero.
Sure, Dean Martin, with his hour of songs, comedy, guests, and extra-large cue cards. Well, that winds up the new schedule of regular shows. What do you think of it, Skipper?
Ooh, it's a cornucopia of delight for both the eye and the ear. What else?
I'll tell you what else. Is that right? Yeah, that's what he said. Take a left to the custard stand. Now, I'll tell you what else. There'll be news, for one thing, from the greatest news organization in all of broadcasting.
Oh, that I know.
Like the Monday through Friday half-hour Huntley Brinkley Report. Saturday's Sharon McNeil Report. Sunday's Frank McGee Report. And the Today Show. And hour-long specials on the 1966 elections, the space race, and an unprecedented 3.5-hour news special called Crime in America. And sports, oh, are you hungry?
Yeah.
Well, I brought along a hot dog here. Mustard?
Not for me.
Oh, well, I'll just put it in my hat then. I've only got one. All righty. Here we go.
Couple of you.
Yeah. And in sports, the World Series.
Well,
The Rose Bowl, Sugar Bowl, Orange Bowl, AFL football, and championship golf. Now, we have entertainment specials like the Miss America pageant.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Hey, the wheel.
Don't worry, I got control.
Well, you're the skipper. And class of 67. George Hamilton host. And Alice Through the Looking Glass.
I heard about that.
Introducing Judy Rowland and starring Agnes Moorehead, Jimmy Durante. And you know who else? Who? Nanette Dabray. And the Hallmark Hall of Fame.
Oh, that's always good.
The Ice Follies. Danny Thomas.
Oh, he's great.
Bob Hope.
He's the best.
Jack Benny.
Okay, he's the best.
And Mr. Siegel.
The best singer.
And last but not least, Gene Kelly.
Tell you. They got hundreds of dollars worth of talent there.
Oh, easy.
Gee, we must have had a lot of rain here.
Well, what did you think of it, Skipper?
It's wet.
Wet? I mean the new NBC season. Did you ever hear of anything so attractive in your life?
And in color yet?
Yeah. Boy, there are hardly words to express it all.
Whatever happened to Cornucopia?
And those 10 new weekly shows. Well, they'd be hard to beat in any league, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, let me see if I really understand it, all right?
Oh, sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, as I see it, Tarzan is sore at his tailor because his suit didn't get there in time. When he complained about it, the tailor told him to go jump in the lake. Now, T-H-E cat, the T is for Tom. He had the same trouble as Tarzan. But his tailor told him to go climb a building, which is a lot more fun than climbing a fence and getting killed by high-lie balls. And not as much fun as climbing fire escapes with pretty girls. Yet pretty girls can mean trouble. For that matter, horses can mean trouble. A pretty girl on a horse can mean trouble. Which may explain why certain men fall in love with trains, others become very attached to guns, others still lose their heads over the first bikini of the season. Have I got it about right?
You are putting me on.
No, I am letting you out. Now, I will be in a minute. There's Kennedy Airport.
Oh, so it is. Hey, that was pretty good time after all, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. When I picked you up at NBC, gee, it seems like only yesterday.
Hey, just take a look at those handsome silver creatures, huh? Sitting out there like giant birds. Giant birds, impatient to wing their human cargo through the azure skies. Ah, if only the Wright brothers could see this now.
They'd have the best 100-year-old eyes in medical history. Well, here's your stop.
Well, that's the way it is. Lunch in New York, dinner in Boston. We live in an age of miracles. Now, what's the tariff there?
You wouldn't believe it.
Go ahead, give it to me straight.
$12,468.75.
Okay, here it is.
Exactly.
Oh, sure. Paulie Noonan, he told me what it would be. Well, Abyssinia, Skipper. Oh, here. I almost forgot. This, my friend, is for running a tight ship.
You can't get much tighter than that.
Going my way?
That's easy. 1944, Bing Crosby, Ella Fitzgerald.
Gee, was it that long ago?
Say, you watch much television?
Nah, I work nights.
I understand that it's a new season for NBC.
Yeah, I figured it'd be back another year.
Where to?
It doesn't matter. Just drive. I have fans all over.
Is brought to you in living color on NBC.
Hollywood, 1987. Yes, the year is 1987, and the film capital of the world continues to make big news. American troops have just finished entertaining Bob Hope. Mammoth Studios has just finished a musical version of the Encyclopedia Britannica. And Danny Thomas has just finished saying goodbye to a visitor from overseas.
Well, goodbye, Twiggy. Sure is a shame the way that girl let herself go.
Now, it's about time she left. That magazine writer will be here any minute.
What magazine writer?
Don't you remember anything anymore? I told you, the one that's coming down from the moon.
Big deal, the moon.
She's important, Danny. As your agent, I tell you that you need all the favorable publicity you can get up there. On this planet, you've got no problem. You're big. But your moon audience... Well, you saw the last ratings.
Well, I'm doing very well on the surface.
Yeah, but you're very low in the 30 craters.
That's only since I made that nasty crack about their green cheese.
It was a mistake, Danny. After all, their whole place is made out of that stuff.
Yeah, but to say eating green cheese means eternal youth. I mean, if it's so good, why are they afraid to export it?
Well, they say it works only if you eat it there.
Yeah, well, Don Adams went up there 10 years ago and hasn't been heard from since. 2 to 1, he's molded into a ball of penicillin.
Well, at any rate, please don't mention green cheese to the magazine girl.
All right. I won't mention green cheese. I'll just say cottage cheese.
No, not cottage cheese.
Cheddar cheese.
No cheese.
Okay. Camembert?
Now, cut that out, please, Danny. Erase it from your mind. The word cheese. Forget it.
All right. I won't mention cheese. What time is she due?
Well, now let's see. Flight time from the moon to Los Angeles is 43 minutes. Then there's 3 hours on the freeway. Hey, she's due any minute now.
That's the doorbell.
Oh, I thought it was the phone.
Stop being silly. The phone is all trumpets. Wait. Before we let her in, let's take a look at her.
Not bad for a girl at 92, huh?
That gorgeous thing is 92?
Well, that's what she told me over the phone, that she's 92.
You mean that green cheese really works?
Well, it's not chopped liver. Come on, let's bring her in.
Yes?
This is 1987 Elm Drive, isn't it?
Indeed it is. Come in, dear lady, come in. I'm Mr. Thomas.
How do you do, Mr. Thomas? I'm Miss Luna.
How do you do, Miss Luna?
I'm Mr. Spelling.
How do you do?
How do you do?
That's quite a coincidence that your house number is the same as the current year.
Well, not really a coincidence. You see, I make it a point every 12 months to move into a house that has the same number as the year, you see? And that way I can usually remember my address.
Usually?
Yeah, sometimes he doesn't remember the year.
Could we get down to the business at hand, if you don't mind?
Why, of course. Pull up a cheese and sit down. Chair. Sit down.
Thank you. This will be fine.
Oh, good.
I've been assigned to write an article about what television was like in America exactly 20 years ago.
20 years ago. What year is it now?
The same as your address, remember?
Oh, yes. Well, let's see. That would make it the 1967-68 season, right?
Precisely. Could you fill me in?
I think somebody beat me to it. I'll tell you, young lady, you really picked yourself a great season. Of course, I can only speak for NBC. Let the other networks find their own moon maids.
Well, go ahead, Danny. Tell her about the 1967-68 season.
Well, let me see now. The Saturday night schedule began... what are you doing?
Taking notes.
Oh. Pretty pencil.
I like the pad.
Well, the Saturday night schedule began with a brand new adventure series called Maya.
Maya who?
Just Maya. Elephants don't have last names. Maya, a story about an American kid who travels all the way to India to see his father. Only when he gets there...
Under the circumstances, Terry, we must presume that your father
is dead.
But if you didn't find his body, then he's alive.
I have to send you home. You understand that, don't you?
Nobody's sending me home.
So the lad runs off on his own to begin the search for his father. Ordinarily, trunks go in the baggage car. Almost at the very beginning, the boy makes two great friends, Maya and the elephant's young owner, Rogers. And the three of them go on a search together.
I've got to nail him with the first shot.
Gets truly rough. It's Maya who saves the day.
The big hug.
Well, the boys just want the elephant to know that people never forget. Right after Maya on Saturday night, the world's funniest secret agent was coming back for his third big season in Get Smart. And on the heels of Maxwell Smart came Saturday night at the movies. Peter Sellers and David Niven and the Pink Panther. Shirley MacLaine and Dean Martin and What a Way to Go. Robert Mitchum and Carol Baker and Mr. Moses. And as for Sunday night, it started off with Walt Disney's wonderful world of color. Delightful cartoons. Of adventure with more castles than you could shake a sword at. A comedy with strange flying machines. Remarkable look at a difference of opinion in the jump. And if you think that was a fight to the finish, you should have seen what came next on Sunday night. The premiere of The Mothers-in-Law.
Well, now, I guess we ought to get down to planning the wedding,
Yes, I guess we should.
Well, small weddings have their points, of course. But I think a big wedding gives the couple so much to look back on and remember.
Oh, that's very true. But a simple ceremony, just a few friends. I don't know, it's so much more warm and intimate.
Well, maybe we could compromise and have a small, big wedding.
Or a big, small wedding.
How small is your big?
How big is your small?
Eve, this was an inspired idea, having a garden wedding. Well, it was a nice compromise between a small wedding and a big one.
Let's practice my solo.
Again?
Well, you want it to be good, don't you? Gee, I wish I could think of another song besides Oh, Promise Me.
How about I Love You Truly?
No, everybody does that one, too. There is another good one, but I can't.